Hey guys, how's it going? Mr. Corcoran here. Welcome to week 3 of the St. Edward Algebra Enrichment program. It's good to see you guys. Good to be back. I haven't seen you guys since the beginning of December, so Happy New Year. Nice to bring in 2021. Hopefully you guys have had a great last couple months. Specifically in this week, what we're going to be going through is exponents, and in this video, I'm just going to briefly introduce a couple properties of exponents and then ask you just 2 questions. One's a real world example, and then one's kind of a critical thinking question into exponents, and kind of see if you guys can figure those out for our meetings this week. The 2 main questions that we're going to be answering throughout the week are looking at where are exponents used in the real world and how you can see them and build questions around them, and also how do exponents and their graphs differ from linear equations. We've been working this year on linear equations. Well, this is a little bit different, and where can you see them in the real world? Just a quick reminder as well, Tuesday and Thursday this week at 7 o'clock we have a Google meeting. I included the link in the email that you clicked on to get to this video. I will also send out the link at 6 p.m. on Tuesday and Thursday, so you'll have that just right at your disposal, so you can quickly click on it. I'll let you in. And those meetings should be about 30 minutes long, just going through answering some questions that I asked today, as well as just kind of continuing to build on these different lessons. So looking at the first thing, there are 3 different properties that we specifically look at when we think about exponents. The 3 properties are the property of multiplication, division, and then also an exponent to an exponent, which I like to call the distributive property of exponents. Okay, so we look at these 3 different ones mostly, and they're really pretty basic. If you have x to the a power plus x to the b power, all you have to do is add those exponents together. So that's x to the a plus b. Another way you can see that is if they're multiplied together. It's the same thing, but you keep the same base, you just add the exponents together. So x to the a times x to the b is equal to x to the a plus b. When you're dividing, we have x to the a over x to the b, so when you divide, what we do is we subtract. We get x to the a minus b, so you take the one on the top over the one on the bottom and just subtract them. So you get x to the a minus b. And then when you have an exponent to an exponent, what that means is that you have x to the a to the b power, which then you just multiply them together and you get x to the a times b. So a quick example of each of these. For the first one, if I had something like x to the 3rd times x to the 5th, well, that's just equal to x to the 8th, which is 3 plus 5. The second example would be something like x to the 10th over x to the 2nd would equal x to the 8th, because it's 10 minus 2. And then an exponent to the exponent example, I like to call this the distributive property, because if you have x to the 3rd to the 4th power, I'm just distributing in this 4, and you get x to the 3 times 4, which is the 12th. So these 3 properties we use a lot, and specifically we're going to be looking a little bit more into them. I also included a couple links. If this is something that you haven't seen before, or you want a little bit more information, if you look at your email, there's a link on each one of these that can help you understand them a little bit better, and also a video that I feel that you can go through and just watch. And it's a little bit more in depth as to what I just went into here now. So if you want to, you can pause the video now and click on those and watch those, or you can finish this video and go through them and look at them. But specifically, one of the things that I want to look at and make sure you guys know as well is what is an exponent. If you have something like 4 squared, most of you guys, and because we did this a little bit in the second week, should know that this is 4 times 4. You just multiply 4 by itself 2 times, which is 16. 4 to the 3rd power is 4 times 4 times 4, which is equal to 4 times 4, which is 16, times another 4, which is 64. So we can look at these different exponents, and they're used in a variety of ways. One question which I'm going to ask you to answer and see if you can figure it out by tomorrow is, here's a real world example with some exponents. So say you want to go viral on TikTok. Okay? Say the first day that you post a video, only 1 person watches it. But that 1 person tells 10 people about it. And all 10 people the next day watch it. And then the next day, those 10 people told 10 more people each. So that means that I would tell 10 people, this guy would tell 10 people, and so on and so forth. and say that that same pattern happens every single day, I want you to figure out how long will it take until 1 million people have viewed your video. And so if you want to, you can take a screenshot of this or just pause it on this part and go through and see if you can answer that. It's a really good question. It's actually a lot faster than you would think. And it has to do with exponents. And then the second question I want you to answer is that some of you might know this already, some of you might not, but my question is, why is anything to the 0 power equal to 1? So if I take anything to the 0 power, it's always equal to 1. So if I take 4 to the 0 power, that's equal to 1. If I take -3 to the 0 power, that's equal to 1. And I want you to see if you can tell me why. There's a specific reason, rather than just my grade school teacher told me, or I looked it up. See if you can figure out why anything to the 0 power is equal to 1. And that's kind of it. If you guys have any questions on anything, please let me know. I also, like I said, included a couple links that can go through and talk through these a little bit. But answer those 2 questions. This question, why is anything to the 0 power equal to 1? And then this TikTok video going viral, I want you to see if you can figure out how long it will take until you have 1 million views. Okay, so if you answer those 2, we'll talk about them tomorrow and what they have to do with exponents. And hopefully you guys will get a little bit better of an understanding and how you can start looking at exponents and using them in the real world. So other than that, I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you guys tomorrow on our Google Meet at 7 p.m. We'll see you guys later.